Well, when it's Wednesday, 8:30 p.m., you know it's Business Foresight. And of course, we repeat this program after running on Wednesday, on Thursday, and on Sunday. My name is Zawadi Mudibo, and this week we bring to you a very interesting concept, and that is cleaning services. Well, you may not really resonate with cleaning, especially if you have what we call white-collar jobs. But this is one particular aspect of cleaning that you do not want to miss, to know much about. We are talking about steam cleaning. Have you heard of steam cleaning, where you use steam temperature at about 200 degrees, between 100 degrees Celsius and 200 degrees to clean? This is Business Foresight, and we'll be talking to an entrepreneur, Richard, and later on we'll engage the proprietor of 200 degrees Celsius company, and that is Robert Okubo. Be informed.
Quite a number of people consider cleaning carpets and sofas more of a luxury than a necessity. Many more don't even have the idea of cleaning their car seats cross their minds at all. But did you know that those who ignore cleaning altogether run the risk of developing health problems? Carpets, sofas or car seats, cleaning is the market Nairobi entrepreneur Robert Okubo has tapped into. His company, 200 Degrees, is a hot steam cleaning company with prominent clients like Nyayo National Stadium, General Electronics, the Parliament, IMAX Cinema, and many households in the city. Okubo founded the company in 2011 after 15 years stay in the United States.
There is a lot of money to be made in the US, but sincerely, the quality of life is different. There's a difference when you work back home where you've been born, where you've been raised, you have all your friends. That is priceless. And I was happy to take a pay cut to be at home, work in good weather, good climate, be around family, and do what I do best. So my company in the US is still running. I have a Kenyan partner. He's been running it, I guess, for the 4 years that I've been back. And I'm in touch every once in a while, maybe once a year I'll visit to see how things are going. And then prefer to be back here. Another beautiful thing about being back in Kenya is that the weather is awesome. We have great weather here. And it does not affect my operations.
His company cleans carpets, sofas, cars and houses. The business has 26 employees and at least 15 casuals so far, and he plans to hire more when he opens more offices countrywide. Already, the Kericho subsidiary is operational.
As for the youth, we want to empower them on how to clean professionally. And I say professionally is because when you go into somebody's home that's worth 10 to 15 million, you've got to make sure that you're using the right gadgets and handling their property with care. So my goal is to try and do this around the country as I keep on opening up these stations to train them to do things the right way.
His peers refer to him as Richie. He is one of the employees here at 200 Degrees Cleaning Services Center. He reveals to me that besides their core business of steam cleaning carpets and sofa sets, they have now diversified into their car washing business, which seems to be raking them in hundreds of thousands per month, thanks to the strategic placement along the ever-busy Mombasa Road Highway.
Kazi yangu hasa ni kuosha magari. Tunaosha gari interior na body wash, hata engine wash tunafanya. Vacuum, kuvuta vumbi kutoka kwa gari. Na hii kazi imenisaidia sana na naiheshimu. Nimefanya driving school na hata sasa napanga kwenda kufanya mechanics.
200 Degrees has been able to leverage on social networking sites like Twitter and Facebook, where the firm interacts directly with clients and potential clients.
Basically on Facebook we post all our work, before and after pictures. And we can also be found on telephone. Our numbers are 0727 167 900. That's 0727 167 900. Yes.
So basically, how do people interact? Do you have someone that responds on instant, or how is the feedback around?
Funny enough, I try and answer most of my calls, most of my emails, because they come straight directly to my cell phone. I realize customers like it when they deal with the owner directly, And I'm hoping I don't grow too big to a point where I'll not be able to provide that personal service. But I try and make sure I personally answer most of my calls here and in Kericho.
The firm has also received numerous media coverage, and that too is spread by word of mouth to keep the fire burning. If you have a carpet, you will get charged as low as 2,500 shillings and up to 3,000 shillings to clean the entire interior of your vehicle. Robert Okubo calls it detailing.
This is my white cloth here. I'm going to test a section of this car to see how dirty it is using the white towel. And this will give you an idea how most cars are in the city. Okay? That's a very clear picture of how these cars look when you pass your vacuum over them. So this is what we clean out of cars when we do detailing. Okay?
The moisture pumped in is at between 100 and 200 degrees centigrade, and the machine is designed such that it extracts up to 90% of the moisture, hence a shorter drying time for everything cleaned. But just what makes him different from all other cleaning agencies in the market? With this concept, the average time for a carpet to dry after washing is 2 to 4 days. But with steam machine, carpet, sofas and even car seats dry in 3 to 8 hours. This to him is the greatest selling point. Ideally, anything that takes more than 24 hours to dry is already spoiled. He reveals, once a mildew grows on it, it can never be gotten rid of.
Welcome to this edition of the Expert Corner, and today we are talking about cleaning. Our expert today is none other than Robert Okubo. He is a household name in terms of cleaning services in the country, and particularly because of the concept 200 degrees. Imagine cleaning at a steam of 200 degrees. He'll tell us more about that and just how you can go around that kind of business. My name is Zawadi Mudibo, and welcome to the Expert Corner. Thank you very much, sir, for your time.
Thank you, Zawadi.
You're most welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
We would like to get down straight to business and ask, who really is Robert?
Robert's this guy that lived out in the diaspora for quite some time, and came home on holiday at one time and looked around the market and realized this was a good time to introduce new cleaning methods. And from here, I had already started my company 200 Degrees in the US, and we are probably about 4 years old in Kenya, but the concept has been taken very, very well. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, tell us about the concept 200 degrees. I'm wondering just how are you able to clean at a pressure, at a steam level of 200 degrees? How does it work?
Okay, for Kenya, our equipment is not as hot as it is in the US, because in the US we use what you call truck mounts. Truck mounts are actually motors that can boil water to that temperature, and you'll actually see it steaming heavy. Now for Kenya, because the market doesn't have enough carpets or wall-to-wall carpets like the US, we use what you call portable machines. Their temperature levels are about half of the 200, but they still get hot. And the beauty about that is that you can melt out bad smells, oils, extract germs and stuff while you clean. So the concept has been received very well, because the drying time is also pretty quick. If we come and clean your stuff in the morning, say your furniture or mattresses, by the afternoon you should be able to use them. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So then how would you compare what you do vis-a-vis other players in the market who have different other companies, which I may not mention here, that also do cleaning services?
Well, a lot of companies do general cleaning. General cleaning basically is wiping down stuff, dusting stuff, maybe vacuuming floors, vacuuming a carpet. We specialize. We specialize in fabrics, that's sofa sets, curtains, mattresses, interior of aircrafts, cars, buses. And some of the companies that try to do what we do have a problem with drying time. A lot of homeowners or business owners complain that they will come in and clean their stuff, stays wet for 2-3 days and starts smelling. So our goal usually when we come in there is to try and get everything dry under, say, 8 hours. So basically we're looking at about 3 to 6 hours. And we are dealing with expensive stuff here. If I come into your home to do your furniture or your curtains, they're pricey. So you want a professional doing a job that will protect what your investment is, and that's what our goal is, to protect our clients' investment and keep them well maintained. Yes.
Now, looking at the kind of investment you put in this job and the kind of work that happens, isn't it so expensive for clients?
Well, actually, we are still very competitive with our pricing. For example, a 5-seater sofa to clean is about 5,000. The investment was a little high. I probably invested about 2.5 to 3 million because I had to buy a vehicle, I had to bring in equipment, marketing material, the friendly chemicals we use, and of course figuring out things like rent, salaries, this and that. It was about 3 million. But because we are quite aggressive at what we do, we've been able to return our investment within the same year. Yes.
I'm looking at the impact, because at the end of the day we want to create a society that is economically stable. In your opinion, what impact have you had on society in terms of job creation? How many people, for example, are employed in 200 degrees and how is it turning out?
Well, the first year we started, I worked with 2 technicians. This is going to our 4th year now. We are actually about 26 because we do general maintenance of buildings like supermarkets and stuff, banks. Then we have a mobile crew that visits homes to do the furniture, carpets, vehicles. So we've grown. We actually got 26 employees that have worked with us, and we are happy to see that we've made an impact in their lives, because I always encourage them and tell them that someday I don't want them working for me all the time. I'd like to see them grow and eventually branch out on their own and do the same thing for themselves. One of my goals is to move out to the different counties and cities to set up the same kind of operations. We've just opened up in Kericho, and then we want to open up in Kisumu, then Eldoret and Mombasa. So I am sure we will create a lot more job opportunities for the youth, and I'm trying my best to keep them out of trouble by keeping them busy. Yes.
Now, tell us about your vision for these young people and, of course, for the company. Where do you see yourself in another 3 years?
In another 3 years, hopefully, we should have gone across the borders. That was my initial goal, at least to be in 2 or 3 other African countries. I'm looking at Uganda, Tanzania, and strongly Malawi. I have friends who've always insisted that I should try and set up a base in Malawi, and that's one of the things we're looking into. Yes.
What challenges have you had so far, and how have you overcome them?
Well, for Nairobi, traffic is a problem. In the last 2 years, I could start off at 7 and be at a customer's house by 8. But now I have to start off at about 5:45, 6 in the morning to get to a client's home by about 7:30. So that's a big hindrance. Other than that, it's been pretty good to us. We've been pretty lucky to stay afloat in business, because we understand a lot of people are having challenges and stuff out here. So other than that, I think Nairobi's been good to us. Kericho is beautiful because I don't worry about traffic. Everybody lives within walking distance, and sorry to say, but the crime rate seems to be very low. When I'm out there, I feel very safe.
Now, if you've just joined us, we are talking to Robert Okubo, who is the proprietor of 200 Degrees Cleaning Services, talking to us about the concept of steam cleaning, cleaning at 200 degrees Celsius, at times 100 degrees Celsius, because in Africa, in Kenya, it's summer all the way, so you don't necessarily need to heat the temperatures to that level. However, we've been able to understand just how the concept works. And as a parting shot, we'd like you to tell us what is your advice to young people. I know there's so many people who really want anything for a job, anything to put food on their table. Unfortunately, that is the reason why people resort to acts of crime, and also, unfortunately, for some ladies who are not very active, resort to vices like prostitution. So we really need to bring all these people into the working class, regardless of how much the margins are. So then, if someone is watching you out there and they're really trying, what can I do with myself? I have no education, I have no papers, or I have papers, but I do not have any opportunity for employment.
One key thing I will tell them, that for every shortcut you try and take in life, there's a serious price you will pay. Where be it drugs, be it prostitution, they're all addictive and their shortcomings are not good. I earn an honest living. I clean carpets, I clean sofas for an honest living. And what I've learned about life is you have to start small, you have to be patient, you have to be also prayerful. But most important is being patient and then being consistent. Set goals for yourself. Even if it takes you 10 years to get to your goals, write them down somewhere and remind yourself that in 5 years, I'd like to see myself at this stage in life. There are no shortcuts in life. I've learned that the hard way. And no matter how small you start, whether it means you work at a fast food restaurant and start putting your savings together and stuff, you'll eventually get there. The banks have become very friendly now. They have small SMEs that will support small business entrepreneurs. And I would advise you to go that direction. So long as you keep your life straight, I don't see a problem. I would expect you to see growth in your life.
Well, thank you very much, Robert, for your time and for sharing those insights.
Yes.
That was Robert Okubo talking to us about 200 degrees Celsius cleaning services, and really explaining how you can cut a niche within a market that is, outwardly very crowded. You can always cut a niche regardless of what market or what your profession is. And that is it for today on our Expert Corner. Join me again next week on the same program, the same segment. For now though, let's now move to the clip of the day.
In our call to action, our focus is on Mark Cuban. Now, Mark Cuban is an American businessman, investor, and owner of NBA's Dallas Mavericks, Landmark Theaters, and Magnolia Pictures, and the chairman of the HDTV cable network. He is also a shark investor on the television series Shark Tank. He says it comes down to finding something you love to do and then just trying to keep at it. For now, I'll leave you with a clip of the week. Until then, see you then. This is Business Foresight.